Hello. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the KindaFunny podcast. I'm your host, Nick Scarpino, alongside the second best baby blues in all of the United States and some parts of Europe, Mr. Tim Geddes.
It's me. Let's him host.
I thought you were going to go, hello, welcome everybody.
You know, I didn't know what I was going to do there. I just wanted to mix it up a little bit. Of course, to my left is it's Christmas in almost May. Joey Noel.
Oh, it is almost May. It's
Wow,
going to
this
be
year's
May.
going by.
You know, that's what they say.
It is going by. We looked at dogs earlier together. Maybe we'll get a dog together. And of course, the master beater.
The master beater, Andy Cortez.
Andy
That's what they call him.
Candy
That's his
Man.
nickname.
Candy
That's his
Man.
whole intro.
Anytime Barrett's walking by my room, he hears it. I know he does.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude. He's got
Damn, this
nasty-
is all going directions I didn't expect. Just like right before the show,
Yeah.
where I got to do it. I got to do the
say
thing
it.
where I
You gotta
call
do
you
it.
out.
Pull the
Because
curtain
I got to
aside.
question the train of thought that led to the things that came out of your mouth.
Sure.
Because what happened was Kevin's been tinkering with this thing called the Companion app that essentially
Come on.
it allows
Stop.
you.
Chat, live chat right now. Melissa, Matthew, Big Head. When you think companion app, what does that make you think of?
I think of video games.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you could think, but it's an app that allows Kevin to control the studios in brand new ways that only Kevin Coelho could do.
Sure.
And so
Terrifying.
because of that, Barrett has not been taught how to do it. So he's like, "Hey, we're using the companion app for the first time. We'll see how this goes."
Look at it here. Look at
Yeah.
where we're at. Look where we're at.
But immediately Nick goes, "Oh, is that like a dating thing?" Which like made me question. Me and Andy both were like, "Wait, what?" Which I get where you're coming from, but
In context.
is it just what part is it more that it is the app side of it or the companion side of it or the fact that it's a companion app that you're like, oh, it's a dating app?
Word association.
Yeah.
Trying to get something started with you guys.
I get that,
right?
but what was the word you were associating? Was it the companion part or was it the app part? Because
okay,
it
so
read
it
to me as
was-
it was the app part, which I just think is funny.
No, like a companion. Okay, what am I trying to think of, Andy? Andy, look into my brain right now.
Mhm.
My mind is your mind. Your mind is my mind. One body, one mind. What reference am I trying to think of in regards to like a companion something or other?
Chat said companion cube, and it has a heart on it.
Yes, maybe that's what I'm thinking of from Portal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes no sense then.
No, not at all.
Well, look at
Not at
I
all.
put it out to the audience
Yeah.
right there, and they don't know me at all. They've never once heard me talk at all. And a lot of people are saying Tinder. It sounds like sex. Sounds like a hookup act.
Sounds like sex.
Things like that.
I'll tell you what. Well,
That's
like
where my brain goes.
the first thing that I think of, and the only thing I think of, is a newfangled app that Kevin tries to install that just makes things more complicated and breaks things more.
100%.
That's all it reads like to me, Joe. Is like they're like, oh yeah, this will combine all the 7 things we do, and it's gonna fuck. Sorry guys, sorry. The
What if we
jib
just
is
overcomplicated
the
everything?
jib has
Forget-
had a life of its own now. It's
I mean,
walking out.
that is all true. The thing with this though is the idea is that this is working in addition to the normal ways of doing
Sure.
it, so that in theory, if everyone there is sick, Joey Noel could run the show and be a pro. Nick
There was a couple
Scarpino could run the
days
show.
where both Kevin and I were out. I think for the first time ever in this new studio, and it's a little scary for one Roger Picorni to come in here and figure it all out and figure
Gotta
out our
press all the
minds.
buttons.
Yeah, exactly. So the idea
Imagine
is
you press
all
the
they have to do. Press a button and everything goes. The only thing that didn't go was the jib, but I got it running in time. But yeah, when it like in the intro, just to like pull the veil behind everything, right? When we started with the jib and then it cut to the wide shot here, that was all the companion app. I didn't even switch the cameras there.
And then
Crazy.
the smoke didn't go off, which I was expecting. And then
Yeah.
Nick let off with just the least energy intro I've ever heard. And
Great.
here we are, everyone.
First off, I had a great intro.
No,
okay?
hey,
Second off, I
There
brought
we
the
go.
energy today. I knocked on the door as Adventure, and everyone answered except for Snowbike Mike, who had a sugar crash around noon today. Literally, I thought he was going to die in my car. I felt so bad for him. He was supposed to go on this podcast, and I was like, Mike, are you doing okay? He's like, oh, I picked the wrong day to quit sugar.
so much to break down
It's
that I'm
a
sure
lot, dude. It was
stories will be told
It
on
was
the
great,
Kind
of
of Funny
course.
streams.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get to that, of course, some housekeeping items. We are starting Guardians of the Galaxy in review leading up to Guardians Volume 3, the final volume, some are saying, which I'm very, very excited about. We're going to do that this Friday for everyone. You guys can watch live with that, and it'll post shortly thereafter. Very
I
excited
get to
about
do
that.
it this time.
Are you going to be on that with us?
I
Girls,
am.
yeah, gonna be
I'm never on.
at least on the first rewatch. We're not
Yeah.
sure the cast of the second one.
We're working on it.
Yeah, fun thing actually for teasing the Guardians 1 rewatch that we're recording starting on Patreon this Friday, live for everyone next Monday. MT from New Rockstars is going to join us on the wall because he's over in Boston. Getting more New Rockstars love here, and first time he's going to be making content with us, which I'm very excited about because, fun fact for you guys, this isn't like an official world record or anything, but he has watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 more times than any human being on the planet.
Okay.
Because James Gunn, to this day, says there's one Easter egg that has still never been found in Guardians 1.
I hope he's trolling everybody.
I really do.
No,
too.
he's like, I swear to God, it's here. And MT every couple months will put out a super deep, in-depth breakdown of, I think I cracked the code. And James Gunn will tweet it and be like, nope, not this time, buddy. Not this time, buddy. Getting close. So we're getting there. Anyways, it's going to be a really fun time.
Of course, if you folks can't watch that, because I know it's really hard to get, you can go to kindafunny.com/Mario and check that out right now. We've actually put the link in there for you for the Guardians of the Galaxy watch along. Why not? I'm an agent of chaos. Other news, other fun stuff.
Is that why you asked me about redirections?
No, that was for this next week's housekeeping.
okay.
I'm actually doing a really, really fun show next week, April 28th, at a place called the Lost Church in San Francisco. It's a rad little underground speakeasy in the heart of North Beach with a lot of Italians just running around it. So if you like Italian people, you want to just pick one out of the wild and bring them down to this show, you can go over to kindafunny.com/lostchurch and grab yourself some tickets. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Tripod Plus Plus, James Hastings, Casey Andrew, Nathan Lamoth, and Al the Decimator Tribesman. It's 2023. You got to keep it off, right? Of course, today we're brought to you by Rocket Money, but we're going to tell you about that a little bit later. Tim, I missed out this weekend.
You missed out hard.
And normally I don't feel FOMO, but hearing all the stories of the creator clash, all the fun things that came out of that, all the things I'm like, I wasn't taking this seriously. And then Joey was like, somebody got their nose broken. I'm like, this sounds like my kind of thing.
Bicep ripped off.
Yes. How was the event for you?
Oh, it was phenomenal. So much fun. First off, for those that don't know, Creator Clash is a creator-led, influencer-led boxing event led by iDubbbz and his wife, who are iDubbbz, a very popular influencer that Andy and Joey could definitely speak more to on this side. But this is the second annual.
Bad. That's all I know.
Annual at this point event. It seems like they announced that number 3 will be happening. And I totally get it based on the success of this. It took place in Florida. Big, real.
Of course it took place.
Super spreader.
Of course it did.
Boxing event, and it was real boxing, and there'd be matchups including Alana Pierce versus other streamer and Mika, and a ton of other friends, including Mersha Ray from Critical Role, Harley Morenstein from Epic Mealtime. There was some former WWE superstars. There was Nathan Barnett, like a ton of people.
Great game.
How did
plan.
Nathan Barnett do?
Hansen.
Incredible. He's so good. He's
He's
scary,
a very
scary
athletic man.
Yes.
Very
Oh,
athletic.
yes. Yeah, he fucked the guy up in one round.
Did he really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Done. They just called the match.
Damn.
But they took this shit really seriously. They've all been training for the last 9 months to get prepared for all of this. And at the end of the day, we were like, well, we're not going to compete in this, but we want to watch this shit. So
You gotta
on
support the
Saturday,
homies.
pretty much most of KindaFunny came through here, and we turned these couches that way, and we literally watched on the video wall, which was pretty damn cool.
I
First
love
time
it.
doing that. And we just had the best time ever. Thank you, Barrett, for bringing up the video of it there.
It was dope.
Well, we also, I think what kind of started this whole thing was when we were getting really, when I say we, I mean me.
Mhm.
I was very disappointed in Tim Joe for not inviting us to his Super Bowl party.
Yes.
Fucking
It's just
hate you.
I just want
It's
to be
just-
invited, Nick. You know,
To the
I just-
Super Bowl party that Tim didn't have.
I just want to be invited to a thing. You know, and if Tim goes,
Mhm.
I mean, you can come if you'd like.
Yeah,
that doesn't
that's
feel
not
like
an invite.
that doesn't
That's
feel
not
like,
an invite.
That's not
Then it
enough.
feels like
not
we're
an invite.
intruding.
Yeah, it's not enough. But then we brought that up, and I was telling Chad, I was like, but instead of just watching my bedroom all alone in my pile of shit. And then somebody in
Sitting
chat
in that
said,
big old
why
pile
don't
of
you all
shit."
watch on the LED wall? That's a pretty smart idea, Chatter. Like, that's a pretty smart freaking idea. And yeah, we were like, we should just do it at the studio. So
Yeah.
Tim bought the pay-per-view. I bought
By the way,
Pizza
I
Hut
was
for
planning
myself.
on watching it at my house and inviting people. And I started inviting people, and it was the thing where no one's saying yes to me.
Look,
and I'm like,
see-
what the fuck? And then it hit a point that I was like, okay, I got enough buy-in. Fuck it, we're doing it here.
Yeah.
And see, that's the general problem whenever events happen here, is that it's like an energy, right? And if you float it out there and the energy falls flat, you're like, well, I guess I'm done with this, which is kind of what happened with the Super Bowl. If you remember, everyone was like, we watched Super, I really watched Super. And then Andy was like, Tim, can we watch it at your house? And you're like, Fuck off, Andy.
I just
stop trying to
he
leech
did say
off
that,
of
right?
me.
Because I had like
None of this is what
He
happened.
did say that,
it was
right?
like 40. It was like 40% of an invite. It was a very like.
It was
I mean, if
Andy,
you wanna, sure, drop by. If you're in
it's
the,
your three
if you're in the
friends
neighborhood, you know.
who are really, really, really close are
Yeah.
going to a movie, and you catch wind of it, and you go, "Oh, you guys are going to that movie?" And your friends go, "Yeah, man. I guess if you want to come, we can see about getting you another ticket, but we'd have to look online. We don't really know how to use the internet. Just all those like
when it feels like I'm putting you out of a day,
Yeah.
it's like I don't want to, you know.
I
gotta
love
be
that
like-
to
welcomed
some
with
people,
open arms,
it
yeah.
feels like 40% of an invite. And then to other people, it means I now have 3 extra large pizzas, way too much alcoholic
Dip.
cider
And dip.
that I don't drink.
right.
But I try to,
Wait, this comes from the
buy-
Super Bowl party or from the Creative
and
Clash?
either the Super Bowl party or
Oscar party.
many wrestling events or the Creative Clash, all of these things. And then whenever I do it at my house, it's just then my house is just overrun with extra stuff that I bought out of my own wallet, my own money.
Yeah.
And who comes? Joey Noel's always there.
Joey's there.
You can always count
Constant as
on.
the Northern
I feel
Star.
like me and Kevin are pretty much down to do like anything.
So the majority of events end up
Yeah,
being
see-
me, Joey, Kevin, and Paula
Yep.
watching sports.
But the problem is Kevin's the opposite, right? Kevin takes everything 100% literal. I can be like, "Oh my god, I'm thinking about cutting my foot off." He's like, "Really? I'm gonna get this for you, right?" So you got to be careful when you float things out to Kevin because he will just lock it in his brain
Yeah.
and then put that on the calendar already.
Suddenly he's gonna back up his truck into your front lawn and be like, "We're tailgating."
Yeah,
Like,
we're here. I brought the sand. You're like, "Why sand?" I don't know. Got the sand.
Are you watching Barry? Is that why you brought up sand?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
Did you start watching it?
I did. Yeah. We'll talk about it later.
No, I want to talk about it now. This is a fucking huge spoiler for Barry, and I normally don't.
Don't
this,
do
guys.
that.
No,
Don't
no,
do that.
no,
Don't
no,
do it.
no,
Don't do it.
no,
I want to watch Barry, so don't spoil it.
no.
She wants to watch it.
Yeah, let me.
Can I say?
I'm not going to cut
No.
back to you.
Can I say
Nick,
to
until
Mouth
you
it
promise?
to me. Mouth it to me. Mouth it to me.
What a fucking
I didn't,
disaster.
what?
I hate this world.
Say it louder.
I'm sure this is great. I'm sure this is great for audio listeners.
First off, we're gonna go back to Creative Clash in a second because I really want to talk about this with you guys. But second off, season 4 of Barry. First off, season 2 is really dark. Season 4 starting off real good. A lot of NoHo Hank, loving it.
God, no, Hank's the best.
I'm just saying it's the meeting. Is all I'm gonna say. The
Oh,
meeting.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
greatest thing ever.
Yeah, yeah,
One of the
okay.
best scenes in any show I've ever seen in my entire
Okay.
life.
Yeah.
You should watch
Yeah,
it.
but
Yeah.
you won't watch Succession, so I don't know if I.
No,
can.
it
Well,
doesn't
now I
matter.
got the spoil. Everyone's spoiled Succession. I open up a fucking.
It doesn't count as a spoiler if you walk in on your wife watching a show.
That's a spoiler. Okay, that's a spoiler. No, man, like,
It's 80% of a spoiler.
staying away from Succession
85.
spoilers, specifically the big thing that like happened, I guess, like last week or the week prior. It was like it was totally unrelated news articles. It'd be like an article on like saturated fats. I'd be reading it, and it's like, oh, also this is what happened. I'm like, whoa, what the hell's going
Yeah.
on with this Succession? It was just a big
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, it was by far like the most unleashed the internet felt to talk about something. And I feel like all of the internet met up one day and was like, hey, are
We're
we cool with
spoiling
spoiling
this.
whatever happens tomorrow? Cool. Because like whenever that happens, we're all just gonna it felt by far the most like no holds barred.
Yeah.
More
Everybody
than any
just talk
MCU
about it.
movie.
More than any
Yeah.
MCU
Show.
movie. Yeah, because like
I
think-
didn't see this at all.
man,
Oh,
dude,
got
it
spoiled
was
for us in New York.
it was real bad. Dude. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm glad I watched it when it happened because it was
It-
up there.
It transcended like pop culture stuff too, where things were being reported in a way that people thought that like something had happened to a like real life person.
LA
mean-
Times was talking about it.
Yeah.
Well, now we're getting into kind of quasi spoiler
Okay.
territory, so let's back that off a little bit. But I will say, it was definitely like the way it was described to me, the episode, how that all like went down. I was like, God damn it, I gotta watch this fucking show.
It's so fucking good.
Incredible.
Now I kind of feel like I've watched it already. But
No.
also, I'll tell you the
God
other
damn
show, Tim, that I walk
3
in on.
years. 3
Tim's
years.
reaction.
The other show I walk in on that I feel like I watched already is this fucking Real World versus Road Rules versus Real Housewives in Thailand. Are you watching this?
Sorry.
Ultimate
Where all the housewives
Girls
get
Trip?
together.
Girls Trip.
Ultimate Girls Trip. Are you watching this? Woo!
Dude,
Bro,
I
started
saw
watching
the cast
yesterday.
of
I
this
was like,
one. I was like, this is going to be a dud. 3 episodes in, I'm like, oh, we are partying.
All I know is like
baby.
Danielle was watching it yesterday as I was doing some stuff at home, and I get out and there's some lady sitting at the breakfast table talking about how important it is for everyone to meet her out for breakfast and like giving a speech to people that weren't there. I was like, this show's got to energy.
Nick's a housewife. He just doesn't know.
Oh, I
doesn't know.
used to watch the Housewives with
I
you.
know, but you
New York and
could be
in LA.
one.
I definitely could be one. God,
I wish. That's the world I
All
want.
right, so anyway, we had
Their
the
watch
Creator
collection.
Class watch along here.
And Creator Class was incredible because it's kind of like everything I would want to see from this type of stuff, where they took it more like a wrestling event in terms of the entrances and the pomp and circumstance and the fun of it all, and like everyone kind of being in on the joke and like.
Is
all
there
of
ever a pomp without circumstance?
No.
I think a lot of times, there's a lot of WWE pay-per-views that they try, and it's just like, oh, you were trying something here, but you missed it. You missed the circumstance.
There's a circumstance
Too
without
much
pomp,
pomp.
though.
I'm sorry?
There's a circumstance without pomps, though. But you can't have a pomp without a circumstance.
That's true.
It's,
Thank you.
you know what I mean?
We're getting somewhere with that. But it's all the fun of it, but it's real shit. And that's the thing is, I've talked about this a lot. I don't like watching fights, like real fights, because then when the goal is actually hurting somebody, I'm just not into that stuff. That's why I like wrestling. It's like, you're not supposed to hurt the people. Like,
Yeah.
it's all like, it's very physical and all that stuff.
It's more
but
for
like,
the entertainment value
yeah,
of
exactly,
it. Just
exactly.
athleticism, yeah.
whereas with boxing, it's like, you're trying to fucking knock somebody out.
The fuck out. Yeah.
And that's really scary. And these people really put it all on the line, man. Like, they trained, they did not pull punches, like they were going for it. And it was incredible to see. But yeah, all of it together, I just thought was such a fun thing. Hang out with everybody, I thought was really cool. And what made it extra special is all of us here knew some of the competitors, but not
Yeah.
all. And it was always like different groups that knew different people, and like it was just kind of fun getting introduced to a bunch of creators. Like one of them is like a professional chess player and she streams chess. It's like now she's fighting people. It's like really awesome.
I mean, look, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I got a tremendous amount of respect for everyone that did that. That is a scary ass thing to do. And at first, I'm sure people get into it going, hey, this is for a good thing. It's for a charity. And whatever. We're going to get in there. We're going to throw up hands a little bit here and there. But I'm sure every single person that got close to that fight that started training felt that thing. That thing you feel when you're about to get into a fight. And that is a very real thing that keeps you up at night. And I would love to interview Alana about that process, because I'm willing to bet that she was like, it's just a fascinating thing that happens to your psyche when you're going into something like that. And I've only ever felt it a little bit here and there with like jiu-jitsu tournaments. But you like when you look at someone across like a mat or across, a ring.
You're trying to hurt me.
And you're like, like you see in their eyes, I've never been able to do this, but like, oh, she's got a blog post about it. That's awesome. I'm sorry, I missed that. I misread that. Also, my biggest fight was, damn, we'll read that in a second. But when you look across the ring and you see someone that's got fucking hate in their heart for you, that's a real ass feeling. I don't give a shit if you've got like gloves on you or not. That's the shit where you're like, all right, we got to get into this. And it's very fascinating. Everyone that did this probably learned a lot about themselves in the process, and are probably better for it. But what was that, Barrett? Can you bring that back up one more time for people? I didn't get a chance to actually read that. I was too busy listening to my own voice.
Mm-hmm.
Huge shocker. Also, my biggest fight here was always with asthma. It was hard through training and very hard during the fight. I know it hit me hard a few rounds through, but I'm just unbelievably proud that I didn't quit. Wanted to share that for my fellow chronic illness buds. You can't do it, man. Kudos.
So
to you.
Alana fucking crushed it, Nick. Like the Tim Geddes
Riding it
highlights,
out.
and then I want to bounce over to Joey and Andy is the entrances, obviously. I was so excited for them. We had Alana come out, Nick.
Yeah.
Dressed like a fucking Spartan from God of War.
Sick.
She had Jessica Negri behind her.
Nice.
As characters from God of War. And other people as well. And had VO from Christopher Judge, the voice of Kratos, saying girl instead of boy.
Yeah. Okay.
Custom
So
for her.
Cool.
Coming out, fucking crushed it. She looked awesome, sounded awesome. Everything about that was great. We had my boy Leonhardt, who opens Pokemon cards, and I watch him every week.
This was great.
He came out to the Pokemon theme song with the original singer singing the Pokemon theme song from the 90s. And I
Incredible.
was like, this is my dream.
The dude had his name on his shirt just so you knew. And it was him.
I'm the guy that sang the original.
Pretty much.
Song for the 90s.
Yeah. But that shit was just so fucking good. But Andy, what were some of your highlights there?
Harley's was probably my favorite entrance. Harley, like complete wrestling character. The one who was by far the most wrestling character of all of them. Everybody else getting pre-fight interviewed, kind of just like, yeah, I'm excited. We trained for 9 months, blah, blah, blah. But with Harley, just complete in character. Quotes Metal Gear Solid and says, "Do you think love can bloom on a battlefield?" And then instead of coming down through the tunnel like all the other fighters, complete WWE entrance, entering in through the stands. There, everybody's like, "Where's Harley? Where's Harley at?" Spotlight hits just somewhere in the stands, and it's him dressed as Solid Snake with like a body armor flak jacket on, the bandana, cigarette in his mouth. He's just the best, dude. It's just like the most
fucking funny.
entertaining of all of them.
I tweeted out, my guy Harley Place just said, do you think love can bloom on the battlefield before heading out to a boxing match against a former WWE superstar? Fuck yes. He quote tweets it, what a strange experience. I got to pretend I was a boxer, pretend I was a wrestler, and pretend I was Solid Snake.
Incredible. Incredible.
That was definitely my favorite one. Aaron Hansen, Eco Raptor from Game
great.
Grumps was great. He
That's both the second time doing it, right?
second time.
Yes, so
yeah.
Harley and Aaron both did it.
So Aaron, his sort of side company that he's involved with, Real Good Touring, kind of helps throw these shows. Real Good Touring is kind of like a they help you
Event
put on shows and
company,
they help you go on
Like a
tour,
live
like
events company?
different content event.
That's cool.
Different content creators. He was dressed up straight up like Sailor Moon, kind of, right, Joe?
Yeah.
Sure.
A Sailor Scout outfit designed by the one and only Babs Tarr.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
no way.
Yeah.
That's
Looked
who did our
fucking
Kind of Funny
awesome.
Life 3 poster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I had
The
no
fun
idea.
cartoon one with the pink.
Oh, that's right. So great.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had
Um,
the little
Sailor
bow, and
yeah.
he just looked very magical, a little magical girl out there.
Perfect. We have to mention Marisha Ray coming out with like the entire Critical Role cast, all in these like hooded robes, and Travis like presented her a giant sword and she got up there. It was really cool.
Travis
was
Willingham,
fun.
all 8 feet tall of him.
Yeah.
Just massive, dude.
Just a big dude.
He's such a
Yeah.
big fucking dude,
so
man.
big and so nice.
And then shout out to Alex Wasabi coming out to Jesse McCartney's Beautiful Soul.
I didn't know that.
In the
That's
main
funny.
event.
So funny.
It was fucking rad.
This sounds incredible. So here's the question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get to be a part of the next one?
Pretty simple.
I mean,
Nick Scarpino.
we collectively, no one specifically individually.
Oh,
Not looking at anyone specifically.
You want like a big tag team match or what?
Can Andy do it? Alex Wasabi tweets out 8 hours ago, let's go. If you're an influencer with a charity close to your heart, want to get in the best shape of your life, and are willing to put in that work to shine a light on them, this is the move. Hands down, the best experience of my life. You won't regret it. There's a quote tweet of Anissa, who runs this stuff alongside iDubbbz,
right?
saying, we will be recruiting creators in a few months for Creator Clash 3. Just putting it out there.
Now, here's the thing, Tim. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get you to do this?
Me, not a fucking Hell
Why
no.
not? Why not?
Hell no,
Bro,
Like,
you are tall. You got good
thanks.
reach.
Great.
We
So
can
I
get
get to
you-
go up against the big guys.
No, because we'll get you because there's weight classes, right? They have weight
Yeah.
classes.
They do, but they play fast and loose.
Yeah.
How much? Let's see. You're what? 6'1"? Oh,
Just 6.
you're 6 flat. I don't buy that. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. But whatever. 6. Sure.
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
We could probably get you down to like 175.
Not a fucking chance in hell.
Yeah, we could get you
No.
175. Just
I might
shred.
be able to break that 200. Might be. I'm
What are you at right now?
207.
We could get, dude. You start boxing. We clean up. No,
hear this
seriously. You look,
Tim
look,
boxing is, out of everybody is the most funny to me.
if we got you on a training regimen where we get you 5 days out of the week, we go to a boxing gym. I'll go with you. I'll quit comedy for this.
Okay.
At least one night out of the week. We get you boxing, we get you training, we clean up your diet. I bet you'd shed pounds. We quite get you down to 170.
How cool would it be for me to
Or
like,
you
get
when you first
super
started
shape
IGN.
just so I could die? You know what I mean?
You're not gonna die that. I mean,
I'd be down to die that way though. Like if
In a boxing
that,
ring?
that's a good way to go.
Fall out of the ring like Harley did.
Yeah. He pops up. I'll
face-
never get that image out of
his
my
face
mind.
when he popped
got
up.
punched so hard, he fell and like rolled out. Like it was like wrestling style, but it was boxing.
But it was a real
And he
life.
pops up and he has this. It's Harley. So imagine how it looks. Hair flying everywhere, and he has this look like, what the fuck
This
just happened?
shock face, like, what
God
the
bless
fuck?
Harley. God bless him. But I think we get you into the 175, 180 category,
I
which
will
means
tell
you would
right
not be
now,
going up against Harley.
I feel like I am one of the least likely at Kind of Funny to do this.
That's
And I'm
why
not
it's
saying
good.
there's that many people that are most likely, but
I
I'm
think-
on the low end of like, I wouldn't be good at this. It'd be very hard. I'm not coordinated physically. I'm not coordinated in any way.
I think you could throw a punch though. I think Cool G. You think your brother could fuck someone up?
Wow, there it is.
Ooh.
Hulberg
There we
says
go.
he's hella
Good
good
at
at DDR.
I'm good at DDR, everybody.
I feel like our two best
Good
choices
feet
for
work.
this
You need that for boxing.
are either you or
Sure.
Snowbike Mike.
Oh,
It's so
interesting.
funny
That's
that you-
not who I would have picked.
Yeah. Who
would
would
you
you
pick?
go?
I would have picked Greg because Greg has that weird, just like bear strength that pops out every once in a
He's
while.
got the animal
but
in him,
here's the thing
you know?
about Greg. Can
Got
we
that
talk
dog.
about?
Or I
him
would
for
have
a
picked
second?
Blessing. I think
Uh,
Bless could fuck some people up if he.
Blessing would be fun. Okay, so here's the thing. Blessing would be really fun too because he
Yeah.
could be like a featherweight,
Yeah.
and he would go in, and it would be a really fun fight. We'd have to work on speed for him and
Yeah.
like coordination, but we could.
But I
absolutely
think
do that.
he's plus he has the dancing background, so I feel like the movement and stuff he could be good at.
And Tim, yeah, you also have the dancing background.
You have
know,
the
you
DDR
did, yeah,
background.
DDR, but also you guys did the whole boy band coordinated dancing.
And who was the least coordinated? You know what I mean?
Greg.
Greg Miller.
Well, Greg got cut
Yeah.
from the boy band group.
Greg, Greg cried and said, "I don't want to do this anymore." We said, "You don't have to do it." He goes,
It's
"Thank God."
okay.
And he just drove home. But my point, Greg obviously would be an incredible choice. I think he would. I would love to see Greg like commit to this, take it seriously, train. But I just don't think he's got the bandwidth outside of
yeah.
Kind of Funny with the whole kid thing going on. He tells me stories about it. I'm like, it sounds like a lot.
A lot of these
It sounds like a
boxers
lot of
have
things you
kids. All right, chill out.
Does Harley
A
have
lot of people
a kid?
have kids in the world.
Do I have a kid?
A lot of boxers have kids.
A lot of boxers in general.
Do any of the Creator Clash people have kids though?
Leonhardt.
I don't even think Dad has a kid.
Leonhardt posted a photo of his.
Oh, Leonard does have a kid.
You know, okay. You know what, Andy? You're making the
Thank
right
you.
call here.
Thank you.
I'm just making excuses for Greg, but let's get his ass in the ring. Of course, Greg couldn't be here today.
His ass in the
He was too busy actually training with like 15 snakes. They came out. We just hide snakes around everywhere, and he has to fight them, just like Alex.
Just
Baldwin,
keep you
30
fresh,
Rock.
just to
Yeah,
kind of keep
him
you ready.
fresh.
Keep him on his
I think.
toes.
Look, Mike climbs the equivalent of 7 fucking
legit-
skyscrapers every morning.
Mike legit has athletic ability, and I would not have agreed with this had it not been for the basketball game. Because there was 1 or 2 moments where Mike really turned it on, and I was like, "Oh, you're good at this. If you wanted to play basketball like well, you could absolutely fire that up, get into shape, and probably give Andy and Cool Greg a run for their money." I was like the Rock weighing their waist down, of course, on that one, but
We sat here in this very room, facing this way,
Yeah.
for about 5 hours.
Yeah.
A couple days ago, and we've had many versions of this conversation already. Of
Yeah.
like who
I love
versus
this.
who could you actually beat? All this stuff. The one person that not for a second even crossed my mind is Cool Greg.
oh, I mean, Cool Greg will fuck people.
Cool
up.
And I
here.
want fucking Cool Greg in Creator Clash going out and
Damn.
fucking someone up. I think Cool Greg would fuck motherfuckers up.
I
legit-
Who does
100%
he
agree.
fight? Who does he fight?
Oh my god.
Cool
We
Greg's
have to
probably
make-
the only person who's actually thrown a punch here.
That is
We would
very
have to
true.
make Cool Greg fight somebody that he kind of likes, so you would have the conflict.
Coolgy, who's like a rapper or a creator in our space?
Cool Greg versus Hassan Piker.
Oh, that would be
Jesus
incredible.
Christ.
Shit, we would need to bulk
Cool Greg could
up.
put on the weight. He could do it. He could dedicate
Let's think about
himself.
Coolgy. What are you 6'2"? What are you weighing in at? If you don't mind me
6'3",
asking, you don't have to
6'4",
answer
he
that
said.
question. You're about 2. We get you 185, 180, easy. You're fucking
No, he needs to put on
murking
weight for
people.
Hassan Piker.
Yeah,
No, I
Hassan's
don't,
a
want, I don't want him
big
putting on
boy.
weight. I want him cutting. I want him going into that ring at like with the weigh-in. I want like 170, and then he drinks like one little glass of water. He's back at like 195, and I want him just bombing, just dropping bombs on whoever we.
You
fight.
want him to fight another like 180 person, but they're like 5'7", 5'8", and it's like
That's what I want.
just
That's
reach
what I mean.
discrepancy.
That's how fighters win fights, right? They pick those. They go, what is the advantage that I can get? And obviously, you coming in bigger with a longer. The Cool Guy's got reach. I've guarded that man in a 2v2 basketball game before. Motherfucker has reach. Okay. How big is Hassan? Do you think?
Hassan
does
is
he weigh?
about 6'5".
He's
He's
6'5".
tall.
And
No
He's gonna be too
way.
big.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's
He's got that
massive.
tall guy confidence that you.
Yeah,
guys
Hassan Piker is
I was gonna say
massive.
he's
When I
6'4",
saw him
but-
at the movie theater when I got flown out to go watch Dune, it was just like a sea of a bunch of content creators surrounding him, and he was just towering over everybody.
Yeah. See, I don't want Cool G to have to put that weight on because he'd have to put on probably 20 pounds. If that guy's 6'6", he's probably 230, 240. Hassan's the
Everyone's
hardest
saying
one
that
involved.
Hassan's 6'3".
Yeah, we need it. I want a fair fight. I also want someone that Cool Greg's gonna fucking win.
Yeah, we got to sandbag this a little bit. We got to stack the deck in his favor.
Uh,
Who do we get? Who's a big Twitch streamer?
J6
That
says CM Punk.
Cool Greg versus CM Punk.
CM Punk's pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you say Logic? Give me logic.
Oh,
yes.
my God.
Holy shit, dude.
Cool Greg
Holy
versus
shit.
Logic.
That's okay. Perfect. Put that on the bracket. That's fight number
Holy
one.
crap.
That's fight number one. Cool G
I
versus
love
Logic.
it.
Let's work our way down the brackets here, and then I want to do the internal fights, of course, because that's what people really give a fuck about.
Oh, like
Who is
what
Tim
kind of
Geddes
funny?
fucking up and kind of funny?
There's the only answer. The only fight I would take here is Barrett Courtney, and it's because he's the only person here that I think I could beat. You know, and hey, I'm not saying that with pride.
You don't think you could beat Raj or Bless?
Oh, you know what? Maybe Raj.
Because Raj and Blessing both admitted.
Barrett's staring me down right now.
Blessing and Raj
Kick your
both.
ass, Geddes.
You think so?
Oh yeah, Blessing and Raj both admitted to themselves that it would be a battle to see who cries first.
Between the two of them.
between Blessing
Roger and Bless.
Wasn't
I
gonna
don't
take
think
long
Roger's
either.
even showing up that day. If I'm being honest, I think Roger's just like
Roger
I'm not-
does have the body of like a. I'm not trying to say like a physical thing. I just mean like I feel like he's breaking down faster than all of us, like internally. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like,
okay.
Yeah, like I
Oh,
feel.
you mean mentally? Like he doesn't have
well,
the mental
just
capacity. for
everything. I feel like Roger is
We're
a
talking
young
rhythm.
child stuck in the body of like a 40-year-old
The
man.
thing about Raj is I feel like there's something about the way his mind works that I feel like he has a lot of what we think Kevin has, which is this ability to just fucking connect things.
Snap.
And also, I think Roger can snap too. But like, I do feel like Roger, it'd be kind of like Sherlock Holmes, like Robert Downey Jr., where like things would stop for a minute
yeah.
and he'd like kind of see things
seeing
differently.
everything in slow
and he's
motion.
like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Raj has this secret ability that we just haven't seen unlocked.
I also have like this deep-seated just anger just always just brewing inside me. So I feel like I got that going for me too.
Yeah.
Barrett slapped me one time.
Accidentally.
He walked up to me
Wanna talk
because I
about
was
it?
like giving shit about him not letting me do the Destiny raid with them, and he went to like
You went
pretend
out of
slap me,
town.
and he just slapped the fuck out of me.
It was a hard slap.
It was a hard slap,
Oh,
and he
Lord.
meant to like miss me, and it was a hard slap. And the rest of the time, I was just like, I'd be walking and be like, I'm so dizzy.
Just got
There
your
was
bell
one
rung.
point where, like we were like I think later that day we
gonna
were like
faint.
walking down the street and they're like we were walking past a police officer and we were giving each other shit. He was about to be like, "Hey, this man slapped me."
This man slapped me earlier,
Oh,
officer.
that's so funny.
It was a hard slap.
Man, I want to keep talking about this. We're gonna keep doing the brackets, ladies and gentlemen. But first, here's a word from our sponsors.
Shout out to Rocket Money for sponsoring this episode. We all love gobbling up content and we have an understanding of what subscriptions we use. Or do we? Do you know how much your subscriptions really cost? Most Americans think they spend around $80 a month on subscriptions when the actual total is closer to $200. That's right. You out there. You could be wasting hundreds of dollars each month on subscriptions you don't even know about. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions. It monitors your spending and it helps you lower your bills, all in one place. Rocket Money has saved some of us here at KindaFunny a ton of money, and it can help you too. Stop throwing away your money. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/kindafunny. That's rocketmoney.com/kindafunny. ROCKETMONEY.com/kindafunny.
Okay, we're back. Wait, do we roll this?
What?
I can't remember if we roll the ads. For
No,
this.
no, it's live on Patreon.
Cool. There you go. Live on Patreon,
Love
everybody.
this guy.
I forget sometimes.
Who are you fighting,
every
Nick?
week.
Here's what I'm going to say. And no, we're not getting to me yet.
Okay.
Oh wow.
We're not getting to me yet. Because obviously it's me and Andy.
Oh, kind of funny.
Yeah. I want to know who gets to fight Kevin. That's what I want to know.
Oh,
What's that? What's that?
Oh, Salt Poppy.
I don't know, Salt Poppy.
Oh my God, versus Kevin. So Salt Poppy is a TikTok dude that he would put out videos and he would always pretend like he was running in the video, but he'd be running in place. And it was just like, he just does this weird type of content.
Salt Pop.
But then suddenly he's posting videos where he is cutting weight like crazy and he's training and training and training. And he had a couple of these sort of celebrity type boxing things where he is just like destroying these dudes
Oh.
because he looks like a boxer. He's in the ring and he has like when we were watching Myth, who was another content creator of a
God,
famous streamer, we watched Myth box and it's like, fuck, he just looks like a boxer. Like if you just had the camera focus on him, it would look like a real boxing match because he just has the sort of movement and look to it. And that's kind of what happened, the Salt Poppy thing. And Cool Greg saying that Salt Poppy should fight Kevin, I think is a phenomenal matchup.
That's the thing is like real talk. If we were gonna get someone in this creator clash, Kevin would be a great choice because Kevin would be so chaotic. Remember, let's stop for a second. Let me just bring up the interview he had with Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
Okay, that could be times 20 if we got him into this training.
That was some of the best content I ever saw.
I'm telling you
Kevin
right now.
And Guillermo del Toro. What if we just did that again? Kevin versus Guillermo del Toro. Creator clash 3 in the boxing ring.
Can you imagine?
I'll say this right now. I would love to watch Kevin get humbled. I would love to watch Kevin get his ass whooped. Like, because anytime any of these fights are brought up, Kevin is like the cockiest of all of us.
Oh yeah.
Of
Kevin
oh,
this morning.
He's the cockiest, right? He's like, oh, I would take down Greg so fucking fat. Like, I would love to watch Kevin get his ass whooped.
Everyone here and everyone that was in Creator Clash.
Combined.
Like, at once.
Kevin did say to me this morning, we were talking about it, and he was like, Nick, I've done a lot of karate.
That's right.
He went like
I did hear him say that.
This. He did the standard like straight up old school karate a competition pose.
Yeah.
And he was like, and he started hopping back and forth. Like he was like he was in Street Fighter.
Karate?
There is a lot of hopping in like
Yeah.
competitive karate because you hop in and like try to punch, but it's more point based. It's not actually. It's a different sport. There's some legitimacy to it, but it's a different sport. But Kevin started hopping back and forth. He's like, I've done a lot of karate, man. And I was like, fuck, I love that.
When
energy.
we were sitting on the couches, he brought this up to Paula, and Paula was like, I would never let you do this. You got hurt the other day walking.
But that's why I think.
And Melissa Hagler in the chat says he would fall getting into the ring. Let's be real. That's so true, you know?
Man, there was that 2-year stint where every weekend Kevin fell down in his backyard. Remember that?
That was a rough time.
That was great. That was great content.
The thing
This
with
is all I'm
Kev,
saying.
though,
This is perfect. We should get Kevin.
We interrupted an in review to show everybody Kevin falling. We were reviewing some fucking movie. We're like, hold on. We have to interrupt this broadcast with breaking news. Kevin just fell fucking hard right here.
God, that was so funny.
the thing about Kev is that I see where you guys are coming from. And I do see him. Like, I do believe
great
that
content.
he thinks that at any moment he could fight any of us and win. I don't know if that's necessarily true. He'd beat my ass. But again, that's nothing that I'm trying to fight for. But I do think that if Kevin put his mind to it and trained, like, I've seen that man do things when he puts his mind to it that scare me.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I don't know if he, at his age now, still has the stuff to be able to do something physical like this, but like how good he looked and his haircut at his wedding, I will never forget in my life. I did not know it was possible for him to look that good. And he fucking did it. And he looked utterly fantastic. And I've seen him get back to that multiple times.
You mean
if
as
he
far
put
as, like-
that energy of replace the hair with some muscles, he's fucking people up.
I think Kevin has two things going for him, right? He has a tremendous amount of determination, and he has a tremendous amount of like, he's never like he's just very like positive on what he can accomplish. I'll say it that way. And he's never been proven otherwise. So he's going into this with what you honestly need to go into a fight, which is just the 1,000% belief that you're winning. No, nothing's gonna disprove that until you step in the ring, and then we'll see what happens. But this is why I think we should push him for that. Andy, did you have your hand raised?
Yeah, I wanted to bring up that he would have to train, obviously, very intensively hard, Joe, because we saw these people in the ring fight, and these people
How long
that
are the matches?
trained for 9 months. They were
5
like
rounds.
5 rounds, 3 minutes each. I
5
think, or
rounds?
No
something.
way. I feel like
No.
it was like 90 seconds.
Yeah, it was 5 rounds, and I think it was 90 seconds. And then for
The
it hit
last
a
one.
point, like the more main event ones that were
longer?
3-minute rounds.
Oh,
But there was
okay.
only 4.
But there was 4 rounds, yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, obviously, these people trained a very long time. And these people who had been training, we saw how gassed they got. Because
Pretty much immediately.
They underestimated how much effort this would be and how long this would take. And going into the second round, we saw a lot of people just being like, fuck, I am exhausted right now. And I think that would be Kevin's biggest obstacle of trying not to go hard, too hard in the first round.
Kevin's
to
not
then
good at
conserve
the
energy.
self-restraint of his power.
Kevin's Clubber Lang. Kevin's like, I'm not getting out of the second round, win or lose. It doesn't matter. Kevin's going 130%.
If he dies, he dies.
haymakers right after, just wow. And I think the
Okay.
thing
That was
about Kevin is if he catches someone, he's going to put him down.
Dad did that. Nathan Barnett.
Yeah.
He ran out. He literally ran out. Like
He had no entrance.
his there was no
He
entrance.
sprinted from the
Just
tunnel to the
fucking-
ring.
The curtains open. He sprinted.
He was
ran,
exhausted.
arms going crazy. It was like insane energy. Gets in there, just pop. Like it was so fucking scary, and like it was impactful. But then immediately round 2,
Death.
dead.
Yeah.
And like that guy,
He gassed out.
Shape.
But I mean, literally, like that was the whole plot of Rocky 3.
Yeah.
They were like, just get him into the 4th round, and he's going to be gassed. That legit happens. That is a thing. So, but how do we keep Kevin from doing that? We have to be like, Kevin, just reserve your energy for a couple rounds, and
I
then
don't know that Kevin knows what that means.
you're right. I mean, it sounded weird coming. out
Don't
of
go
him.
all out. He's like, what?
I don't know that Kevin has ever not gone all out on anything.
I want this to happen so badly. I want to help train Kevin for this. I feel like I'd be a better human being after I saw Kevin go through this. Do you think you'd do it?
I think Kev would do it for sure.
I think you would. I think we should try to get him to do it.
No, I don't think we should try to get him to do it. I think there's too many political things at play that would just cause
All right.
problems. Political? Did I say political? I mean political, but you know.
Oh, you mean
yeah.
Paula?
Yeah.
Little?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. I do not want Paula knocking on my door.
Well,
being like,
I
what
mean,
the fuck, Nick?
I think the biggest problem with any of
Because
us
she knows
trying to
I'm
do
an
this
enabler for
would be
Kevin.
the time commitment.
Yeah.
And that
Like-
too. Yeah.
This
Yeah, but
would
it's after work.
But
this would take
you might be able to swing that to like gain some favor with Paula. Like, hey, we're gonna take Kevin out of the house for like 2 hours a night.
dude.
For like 5 days a week. How do you feel about an extra like 10 hours to yourself? And she's
She
like,
might be like, sold.
yeah.
I don't know, because you'd have to train at least 2 hours a day for like
Yeah.
5 days a week.
Alana was saying that she was like
I wouldn't fuck with her.
training in between calls on her lunch break, and she's like, thanks to all like my coworkers who didn't care that I was like a sweaty mess running into a meeting.
That's what you got to do.
Crazy.
I mean, real fighters train like 3 times a day. Like they'll do early morning training and then like they like sparring, early morning training, and then they did the whole fucking thing. It's wild, man. I mean, but of course it's their full time job. I mean, I think we could probably do without Mike for like 9 months though. Probably make that work.
What was that?
I said we could probably do without Mike for like 3 or 4
Oh.
months though, if we wanted to get
the
him
thing-
in this.
I feel like Mike would do it. I feel like Mike would do anything though. Like
bring
literally,
Mike
we can get Mike to sign up for like. I don't
Herbalife.
have anything funny in my mind right now, but like
Herbalife
it
or
doesn't
something.
matter. He would do it.
yeah,
Mike's
wrestle
gonna get there
a
and
crocodile.
sell some sort of pyramid scheme. It's gonna be great for us.
What about Joey?
I don't want to
Joey,
fight
do it.
anyone. I don't want to fight anyone.
I'll teach you how to knock someone the fuck
I'll
out.
just laugh the whole time. Truly, is what'll happen.
There was a lot of there was a lot of that. There was a lot of laughing.
Because there's no way. I don't have like major beef with anyone that I'd be like, fucking meet me in the ring.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone here, correct me if I'm wrong. Not a single one of these matches, people had beef.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Everyone
I
was
wouldn't
very
know.
supportive of each other, and like even the people that were a little more shit talky, it was wrestling style.
They're
right?
they're playing up a bit. They're
Yeah.
trying to make a name for themselves, kind of.
yeah.
I mean, this Salt Poppy kid has a lot of pictures on his Instagram with him boxing.
Dude,
I think his kid looks dangerous.
he's legit, Nick. Yeah, no, he's legit. And I thought they had actually approved of an upcoming fight. Maybe I got tricked on the internet because I haven't really followed up on this at all. But I could have sworn, Nick, can you Google tag team boxing Salt Poppy Mayweather?
What the fuck?
Not a series of words I expected. after
Because
finding out
I
about
could have
this man.
sworn that they had approved this similar to chess boxing.
Pablo's
which-
saying it was fake.
It was fake. Oh, okay. Cool Greg is saying that they're doing like a team thing.
His own squad piece.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because
Don't
no one's
sign
coming
up.
in.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Damn,
Gotcha.
dude. What about
Yeah, this is like some fake thing that I got duped by, but I thought like, oh, that's kind of a cool concept of like tag team boxing to kind of
Mm-hmm.
play up the
Break
chess
it up,
boxing
yeah.
sort of
Mhm.
angle, which is just being weird.
Because
With,
infamously, chess has tag teams.
yes, of course. Yeah,
That's the best way to
Of
play it.
course.
That's the Russian way.
of course.
Felipe Torres in the chat says Tim should do chess boxing, which
Can you guys explain the chess boxing a little bit?
I don't think anyone can explain
It
chess
was-
boxing.
It was a thing thrown by Ludwig, famous
Yeah.
YouTuber, former Twitch streamer guy, and he had a bunch of, I guess, people that play chess, and had them like, you did a round of that, and then you did a round of boxing. See, I thought it was gonna be, there's gonna be some people playing chess and some people boxing, and it was like, no, these people are doing both.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was like
That's-
that sort of thing. And we saw
Andrea
Botez
Botez, yeah.
compete at the chess box thing, and then she competed this past weekend at the Creative Clash. And one of the more impressive fighters who is like
Dang.
looks like she knew what she was doing, and one of her and I put her up there with Myth as like the two people that probably looked the most impressive, but she happened to be going against an even more impressive boxer in Michelle. What's her last name?
Carre.
Michelle Carre.
Former
And I was telling Nick
BuzzFeed.
about who Michelle Carre is, and yeah, Tim told us about how she was like former BuzzFeed, but now she has a YouTube channel in which she does like
Challenge Accepted is
it's
the name
called
of it.
Challenge Accepted. I'm going to do what it takes to. I'm going to do the same training regimen that the Marines do, or that fucking SEAL Team 6. I don't know, just kind of wild shit like
training
that.
with like Marvel stunt people.
I love
and,
that.
like,
That's
Yeah.
so
her
fun.
stuff is really cool.
And the commentators had the same sort of thought that I had of like, man, she could probably beat anybody here except for the one person they had her go against, because that person was just that much more like dedicated,
though.
or not dedicated, but just like skilled, I guess.
More experience, probably.
And she looked like she belonged there. This Michelle girl looked
Yeah.
like she fucking belonged in the ring.
That's the thing, man. If you
Really
get-
impressive.
If you get someone that's been boxing for like a few years, you're not going to be able to catch that person up. I mean, your athleticism potentially could do that, but like boxing is it's fucking hard.
I don't know if she's ever
She
really. I don't know.
This
think
was her
she's-
challenge. Like this was her.
Oh, this
content
was
for
the
last,
thing where she was like,
9
"I've never
months. She's
boxed
like,
before?"
I'm going to box. now.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
fascinating.
There's a video I need to send you, Nick. It is a real life Rocky montage. Like she has a whole like I don't even want to call it a vlog. It's just a fucking experience.
Videos of her on the
train.
treadmill with like the face mask thing, like relegating her, like finding out her breath readings and her athleticism and shit. Like
Rocky
she
IV
goes
shit.
through all of like the fucking shit you see in Gatorade commercials. Like,
Yeah.
it is really impressive.
That's cool.
Yeah, and like it was obvious that those two people, of all the other matches, you could notice how gassed people were after a round or two,
Mhm.
and theirs was like still energetic into the final fifth round.
That's very.
It was
impressive.
insanely impressive.
Because even in like UFC fights, you'll see people they'll do 3 rounds by the round 3, or if it's like a championship fight, it's 5 rounds by like the 3rd round. It's like we're throwing nothing at each other, and
Yeah.
those are professionals. They train hard.
I wish we would have seen Myth and Brett go longer.
Yeah.
Because I think that I just wanted to see Myth box more because we only got 1 round out of him.
What was the fight of the night?
Was it?
I'd say the first one was really impressive. Like those two kids that like kind of went the distance, like got bloodied up and stuff.
I didn't watch like the first 3. I didn't
Um,
think I was gonna care about it other than people we knew, and then I cared about a lot of it.
You went in on it, huh?
Yeah, I'd say maybe like Ethan's was really good. Ethan, who's
Oh yeah,
Crank Gameplays, he played that Pokemon guy that Tim was talking about.
Mhm.
Who Tim was like, I can't believe that I watch this guy open up Pokemon cards on YouTube all the time, and now he's here boxing and
Now he's
he's
doing it.
shredded.
Wait, is Tim? How do we get Tim to do this?
There's no way.
Come on, dude. We have to figure this out.
There's absolutely no
We
way.
have to get someone who will fight him to call him out and do it, but like in a fun way. And then we have to be able to get like here's what I'm thinking.
Tim's just not
brainstorming.
competitive enough.
Here's what I'm
That's the
thinking.
problem.
Brainstorming though.
Do you ever
Before it
see
comes back.
like Barrett
We
and
get-
Blessing challenge him? He's like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to be
Well,
challenged.
but this is perfect for him. He needs this.
he needs this.
What if we reach out to Sylvester Stallone and we're like, put the hat on.
Oh,
You walked him out as Rocky.
Oh, like a
oh
cameo.
wow.
That would be
Okay,
incredible.
Mm.
that could be incredible. That could be really, really good. Everybody, shut up.
Shut up.
I mean, we've-
shut up. Here he
He's
comes.
back.
We've talked about the different internal matchups and stuff like that.
Tim,
we
I like
talked
your look
about
right
Tim
now.
versus Alfredo.
I appreciate that.
Uh,
Tim versus Alfredo, he destroyed.
the
me.
Alfredo will fuck.
I did beat him in a boxing match when we were 15, but
See, want to know?
it was my not natural move choices that
Did you
won
just
me
swing
that one.
your arms?
I
wildly?
did the kind of like just start screaming and go crazy and throw him off.
Yeah.
But I got the hits in and won.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think here's what I'm saying right here.
Yeah. What are you saying?
I mean, I'm not so much confident anymore now that after Barrett said that he could easily whoop Tim's ass. Because I feel like I could challenge Barrett, but I think I could like beat Blessing. And
So UV Barrett would be a good matchup though, because you guys are like height reach wise would be a good matchup.
yeah,
Weight,
I feel Barrett-
weight
Barrett-
class too, similarly.
Weight class similar, like Barrett and Tim. It's just I would never put that matchup together.
Yeah.
The Nevada
Tim's too
State
tall.
Gaming
That's all I
Commission
need.
would not do that, right?
And that's what I'm saying. Like
I do a lot of
I don't know
push-ups. I do a lot
Sanctioned
of
boxing.
pull-ups. I'm fucking kidding.
Could you
Put me out there, dude.
You pull up
I
this
walk
way?
a lot, Andy.
Also
You
known
ever
as
consider that?
I feel like the thing for me that is just a
Got them
fact
strong baseball legs.
I stand at my
is
desk.
that like technically, like when it's like, oh, there's a game here and there's strategy and stuff, I'm just not gonna win. If it was a fight to the death, I feel like I can do that. I
Okay.
feel just because of my size, because of just like
That's
if
how I
I'm
feel
fucking-
about swimming.
I feel that
If I have to save my life, I think
you
I'd be
will,
okay.
you can swim, but otherwise,
But you don't want to like fuck
If
So
it
you
was
think
a fight
that-
for the death, you've got the weight and
Sorry.
the height on me, Tim.
Wait a
for
minute.
sure.
Sorry, stop.
What?
Do you think that you're stuck in a storm, right?
Uh-huh.
Like a hurricane,
Any
you're
port
out
in
to
the storm?
sea, and you got to swim like 30 miles to the coast. You don't swim. When's the last time you swam, for context?
Do you know how to swim?
I'm not really.
Oh, okay. I forgot that you don't know how to swim.
No. I'm not talking like anything like that, Nick. I'm just talking like
You
if
fall
I
into a
got-
puddle of water, you got to get
if
out.
if
I thought Andy was flexing
There's
on
a
me
lot
like
happening
I'm so
right
athletic that I could just swim all of a sudden.
Oh, no,
really
no,
hard
no.
like Michael Phelps.
no,
Should
I
we-
just
should we teach you how to swim, Andy? You do live in an area surrounded by water. Where there was a point in high school.
It's too cold.
This stopped happening when I was in high school, but there was a requirement to graduate that you had to pass a swim class because it was like part of a program to be like, in case the city drowns one day.
That makes
you
sense.
know how to
you needed
swim.
somebody that would give you a stamp, anyways.
Yeah.
What did you get, Tim?
I
Tim
got
got that
stamped.
stamp.
No, honestly, I did the swim thing. I'm not good at swimming. I
What
can
about the
swim as
shark?
well as I can fight, which is like, I'm with Andy. It's a good call.
yeah, again, it's like one of those things that like I've been in pools before and I can like
I've
kind of
splashed with you in water. Me and you have been in the deep end together.
Yeah, like I could kind of make my way through, but it's not it's not an activity I enjoy doing. Like Mike said, he's a strong swimmer, and
No,
then
he's
Kevin said,
not.
"No, you're not." And he goes,
I don't know
"Well, I
how
do
to-
use one arm because I have to use my other arm to like."
pinch my
And it's like,
nose.
"Well, Mike, you're going in a circle. You're going in a circle."
Wait,
then.
he's got to use his other arm to what?
Hermit,
Pinch his
yeah.
nose.
He swims with Hermit Home by the chat just said this too, so I was laughing at. Mike swims with one arm like this and has to pinch his nose
Just
with
get
the
the
other one so
little
water
thing
doesn't
that
go up.
pinches your nose for you, dude. He loves to spend money on anything. You just
Well, just don't fucking breathe underwater.
You guys have to understand, Mike is a complex human being. He's a complex
Is
companion cube. Yes,
Or is he just like a simple human being?
both.
yeah.
That's what makes
Bless
it
it.
complex.
Bless.
So anyway, yeah, that's how I feel about swimming and fighting. Like I feel like if I did have to fight, I've been in the weight room before.
Mhm.
My conditioning real bad. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But get me in there. What you were mentioning with Tim and how like we talked about Kevin working out as well. I'm super similar with like if I eat salads and run like 1 day a week, suddenly I start noticing a weight loss change
Mhm.
and a conditioning change. And I wake up and suddenly my stomach isn't fucking sticking out. I'm like, oh my God.
can
It's
see it
coming
down
back,
there.
and then I just order pizza.
Yeah,
and
you
goes
got to
away.
get it back.
What if we put you against Ray?
Oh, that'd be a good fight, Andy.
Oh,
Look at that.
fight.
You guys
No.
play that
He's
audio
thinking about it.
listeners.
He's thinking about it.
I gotta
Oh,
Wait,
look
that's
at that.
wow.
that's the best matchup we've had today.
This is
Wow.
good. This is real good.
I love
He
this
puts the
because
can in Puerto
you guys
Rican.
are both in
Yeah.
similar like statuses of
editing.
in terms of athletic, like
Yeah.
whatever. I don't even know what the right way.
I mean,
to put it.
he's taller and thinner than me.
But you, I feel like that's.
Taller and
I feel
slim.
like there's pros and
Huh?
cons
We'll
both
get you there.
ways.
Ray's not that much taller.
The Executioner.
Wow.
Yeah.
The nitro rifle, bro.
In
Oh,
a
I love
different
this.
time, I would have pit Nick against Carboni. But I think that's a different time.
Oh, I'd fight
Oh,
Carboni.
Carboni's too injured now.
I
Yeah.
know.
He's a
That's
different-
why I said in a
he's-
different time.
Yeah, but I would have fought
Now-
Carboni.
That
I could
Carboni's
fight
not nearly my
Carboni.
weight class though. Carboni's probably like 165, 170. I'd have to cut a lot of weight. He wouldn't be able to
Guys.
come up to me.
What?
Oh, I just got really excited. I haven't thought.
No,
about
Josh will
this.
fuck me up. Don't even say Makuga. Don't even say Makuga. He works out every day.
I wanna go
No,
golf
no,
with
Nick,
Makuga.
You're gonna want this one.
Yeah, give it to me.
Fran Mirabella.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Nick
Well, first
versus
off,
Fran.
Here's the thing about Fran.
Oh my god.
Okay. It's a lose-lose fight for me. Okay? Because if I win, I beat up Fran. And if I lose, Fran beat my ass. And also, have you fucking seen Fran lately?
Dude,
He looks like a
Fran-
triangle. He's
Dude,
jacked.
he's crazy
Jack.
Jack.
Yeah, man, he's in really good shape. So I think I told this story one time. I used to live like on sort of the northern part of San Francisco, and one day I was walking in Russian Hill with D, and I just saw Fran bike by me, and I'm like, Fran, like I think he used to live like way the hell far away from there, I was like, Fran, what are you doing?
Celebrity
I was like, you just going for a bike ride? He goes, nah, man, I go to the Crunch Fitness over here because they got the better machines. I'm like, you go for like a 6-mile bike ride just to get to the Crunch Fitness
I
because
can't
they have
even
better
imagine
machines?
Fran on a bike. Like, is it one of those like cyclist bikes and he's like holding the handles like this?
No.
And he has his little tushy in the air?
Does he have the helmet that's like a fucking like swoop, like switch
Yeah,
to be more aerodynamic?
Yeah, like
I feel
Jimmy
like-
Neutron's hair.
I don't remember exactly, but I'll make something up for the sake of a joke. I'm pretty sure that his bike was one of those folding bikes, and I'm pretty sure the helmet looked exactly like his hair.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Pidgeotto sort of like hair swoop
Yeah,
back,
it's perfectly swooped back.
aerodynamic.
But Fran works out. Fran's in great shape.
Oh,
that'd be a
dude,
fun match.
Fran would be fucking awesome.
That'd be a
I
fun
wonder if
match.
he's ever done any like, because I know he's done like,
Wii Sports.
The ultimate training.
well, he's done
tool.
CrossFit, which I don't know
He's
what that is.
I think he's doing CrossFit now. I think that's what he's doing to get jacked.
Yeah.
CrossFit's like just
I've seen
a
him
lot
with
of,
the rope things before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's CrossFit. That's a CrossFit
Yeah.
workout. Or that's what they do.
I feel
One of the workouts they do in CrossFit, I imagine.
I feel like he could box.
Fucking
I
call
feel
him
Call him
up.
up,
Yeah.
Nick.
I feel. I don't know that he's ever boxed. I've known Fran for a while. I've never heard of him throwing punches.
Yeah, I don't think he has, but I think he
But
can.
he-
A lot of these
Good.
people have never thrown punches, Joe. Like,
Exactly.
So would Fran? Do we sign Fran up for Creator Clash, or is this just the internal KF Clash?
I mean, fuck, why not both? Would you fight Fran?
Would I fight Fran?
We
I
have
don't know.
the
It's a good
story.
question.
Your former boss.
My former boss.
if we
The
made
man
it
I
a
betrayed.
the man you betrayed.
I betrayed
This
his
is some like
trust.
Godfather shit.
That's a good question. I'll think on that. I might fight Fran. Would you fight Ray?
I'd fight Ray.
I'd fight Fran.
Andy Ray, Nick Fran. These are excellent matchups.
Sounds like a monthly stream idea. You know?
I was gonna say I'm
A
kind of
monthly stream.
Look,
That might
I've
have
d-
The
to be
problem
a
with it is
yearly
I won't be
one.
able to cut weight to get to Fran's weight right now because I think he's probably like 160. He's not very big. Like he's muscular, but he doesn't weigh a lot. I'm like
I've done
195
fucking VR,
right now.
dude.
You got the jitsu in
Put
you.
him up.
Oh yeah, but that's not going to help me in a boxing match.
Well.
Like movement wise, it's boxing's very.
Dude,
hard.
I've
It's a
seen you
different
do
discipline.
shit when Nick every once in a while will just be like walking, then he'll bump into it and he goes, he does like, do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's so sudden where it's just like he'll be normal Nick and all of a sudden there's a quick switch up and it's like, holy shit. It's like he hit like L2 and switched stances.
Interesting. I've never noticed that about myself.
Oh.
No, here's the
But
thing
it
about.
is stuff like when you guys did like the yoga positions and we're like, oh,
Oh
that's like
shit,
another side
Nick's
of
got
Nick.
the stuff.
I mean, I move around a little bit here and there.
But we don't ever see that.
Yes, that is true. But most of the time, I just walk in with a coffee, and that's the full
Hello,
extent.
Ray Narvaez. You are live on the Kind of Funny podcast. Do you think you could beat me in a boxing match?
Do I don't know, man. You are the headshot and globe trotting streamer on Twitch. I don't think so.
Okay, I love you, man. I'll see you next year.
Oh, hey,
That's
hey,
it?
Creator Clash.
Do you think instead of that for Creator Clash 3, we can recreate the scene from Bruno with I forgot his name.
When they're
We just get in the ring and make out. Do you think that'd be funnier?
That'd be great. I'm down. I'm down.
Okay. Hell
See-
yeah. All right.
see you then. Love you.
We planted the seeds right. That's the seed. That's a hard seed plant.
See, we got this down.
One
He
of
says
these.
yes, you say yes, everything's all good. He doesn't train. He thinks he's going to kiss you. No,
Yeah,
you get
you get
there, you fucking punch him in
Uppercut.
the
It's just the joke we kept making is like Tim just really wanted to see uppercuts in it,
Dude,
Yeah.
so-
and then we were like, if I'm there just to make you happy, I'm walking in. I'm just fucking.
yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing is like that uppercuts, body shots, hooks, things like anything that's not just a straightforward jab or a cross. Those are tools that people don't normally like even think to use.
They
That's the
started
shit
popping
you
in
have-
towards the end of the
That's the
night,
shit you have to train.
and it was good.
This is what I'll say, like about the idea of fighting. Right? Is I have sparred with people in very very light settings when it comes to like Muay Thai, like kickboxing, and you go, I think I could do okay, and then you spar with someone who just knows a little bit about what they're doing, and the feeling of being overwhelmed comes on so fucking fast when
It's
it
like
comes to
Smash
strikes.
Brothers.
Dude,
We all
it's-
thought we were the best until we played Jimmy down the street.
Oh
and
my
it's like,
God.
what the fuck are you
But like
doing?
it's one of those things, and this is something that you have to be like aware. This is something I'm aware of, right? Because I still to this day I train
Weight
jiu-jitsu.
dashing. What's that?
And you go even in wrestling, like if when you do jujitsu competitions, there's no striking, right? So you go, it's like whatever. You can do certain specific. You can be put in specific places and be like, I'm not in any danger of someone smashing my face in right now. But the second someone starts throwing punches at you, it is a whole different world. And man, you learn a lot about yourself in those settings. You really
You like you have to like
You
reckon
freeze.
with the fight and flight in you.
Well,
kind of
no,
thing?
you mean you're there. You're like, I'm not. There's no flight. But the
Mhm.
first thing you do is you go, okay, I guess I'll put my hands up. And then if that person knows what they're doing, they're like, cool. And they throw across and just fucking knock your ear in. And you're like, I don't know what's going on. And then you get very overwhelmed. And especially if it's like an MMA thing. Like I have a couple guys in my gym that like are like legit. And they'll start throwing at you. And then the next thing you'll know, you're like, I'm on the ground. I don't even know how I got here. Like you just because you cover up and you're like, and then they just go boom. They
How did this
blast double you,
happen?
and then you're on the ground. You're like, I'm being so physically overwhelmed right now with technique and with athleticism that it's like terrifying. That's all I'll say. I know enough about fighting now to know that I would never get into a legit fight unless I 100% had to. Having said that, I don't think fighting Fran would be legit. So I might be in on this. I might be in on this. If Andy fights Ray, I'll pitch the idea to Fran. How about
Here's
that?
my
Why don't you
thing.
just pitch it right now? Just call him. See what he's up to.
Here's my
It's
thing.
gonna make Fran so uncomfortable.
Give him a call.
when we
Give
when we,
Fran a call.
here's my thing. When we think about the people in this company that can fight, and we to go back to Kevin, I think the years of cigarette smoking is really going to come back to haunt him.
We'd have to quit, which you won't.
He won't.
Yeah.
He'll be smoking till the second he walks out into the ring.
Kevin was like unrealistically nice to me for like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, that's weird. Kevin's being so nice. I don't know what's going on. And I was like, I mean, that's great. Yeah, I'll just accept it. You know, sometimes people have good days, sometimes people have bad days. But Kevin's like really nice to me. And I leave for New York, and that morning I get a text from Kevin. Hey man, be real cool if you bought me back 2 packs of Newport cigarettes.
Bless him.
I was like, no problem. Then he goes, you're the best, man. You're the best.
And anytime I see him, I'm like, I thought you quit. I always ask him just to
It's
piss him
so
off.
good.
Hey, fuck you.
He was like, he's got the
It's my
quitters.
favorite
He's
thing
got
to
the
ask
quitters
him.
rules. You ever seen those? You ever have those quitters
No,
rules?
no.
Oh man, it's Monday. I don't quit on Monday. I don't smoke after 2:00 on a Monday or before 3:00 on a Friday. It's those things right there where you like kind of trick
All
yourself
the
out of it.
caveats.
That's how you know you're really in. People saying Stella should. Is Stella gonna do this?
Stella wants to.
Stella
would be
should do
great.
it. Stella versus
Yeah,
Alana would be good.
Stella is like
think
very
Stella's
Stella and
really
Paris
shorter, though.
are very out there.
Is Paris gonna do this?
Paris said, "I want to do this."
Paris, for those of you who've never actually been in a room with the man and seen him in person, is a dauntingly big.
He
human
looks like
being.
he sounds.
He's fucking
Yeah.
big.
He's built like a fucking like a character in a Pixar movie that is meant to look muscular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
his torso, his shoulders are big, his arms are big. He
Yeah.
looks like it's my first 3D sculpting class and I'm trying to make a muscular guy. Like that's how he looks.
Yeah.
How tall is he?
My guess,
maybe?
6'3", 6. He's
I
probably
don't
as
know
tall
if
as
he's that
Greg.
tall. I don't know. Is he?
I think
so.
it's just like 6, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's.
Is he really?
He's like maybe
me,
Tim's
Mike.
height.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Who
I
does he
think
face though? Because I feel like there's the most obvious answer
Is
from
there?
our side of things.
Gary Whitta?
James Williams.
Oh,
Paris
man.
versus James.
Ooh, that's. I mean, again, I think James is pretty big too, but I don't think he's in this close to the same weight class.
But I think James is more conditioned. It's my word of the day that I learned from Andy.
Oh, James is really fit.
So I think that
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the like.
But
Push
Paris is
and pull.
fucking a big dude. He's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
his
But
hand,
James
he
is
shook my
tall,
hand
too.
meeting him the first time, and his hand did that thing where it wrapped around my hand, and I felt like I was shaking my dad's hand. I was like, this is fun.
The Lou says I'm 4 months cigarette free today. Actually, if
Paris-
I can do it, you can, Kevin. We'll
Well,
I'll
Kevin's
forward
not
the
here.
word to Kevin when I see
Kevin's
him. I'll be
smoking a
like,
dart
I thought you
outside right now. Yeah.
quit. I thought you quit.
I mean,
Oh,
that-
yeah.
okay, they might be close enough in the same weight class. But see, I think Paris is like 6'2", because James is like 6. He's like your height, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
so I think Paris is a little
Yeah,
bit
maybe.
taller.
Yeah.
But
I
that
love
could be a good fight.
It's still kind of
Right.
like I'm still always just kind of mind blown whenever I see James Williams shirtless and I see his abs. Because for some reason, Joe, I just think it's something that only MCU heroes can have. And anytime I see him, I'm like, oh, he photoshopped that. I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
I'll
no,
never-
that's
That's
a
just how he
real.
looks.
That's a
He's
real.
photoshopped a lot of pictures.
That's a real way that he looks. Like it's shocking to me.
I'll never forget we were at a RTX one time. It was like the first or second one when it was like really, really like big. And we were sitting there. It was the one like where Greg did the Wonder Woman thing.
Oh right.
It was terrifying.
Never forget
And I
those
think
parts.
I think Blaine was shirtless
Oh man.
at that point. And I remember seeing that being like, dude, he looks so good. And I think it was Bruce Green leaned over to me and was like, you know, man, like, because I said in one of those like typical Nick fashion ways where I'm like, oh my God, I hate myself and I hate my body. And Bruce was like, trying to be supportive. He was like, hey man, like you could look like that. Like, you know, you could absolutely look like that. Like, don't count yourself out. And I just was like, I just looked at it. I was like, no, Bruce.
Bruce, I can't.
I'm never
just
going to look
be
like
real.
that.
love snacking at night.
I
There's
just love-
no possible. Have you heard of this I keep on getting advertisements
Ozempic.
for a product called Noom.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's like the gut biome thing, like the.
It's like
Is it an app?
It's like a.
it's an app, Joe, and I think it's like
I thought it was something you eat.
a
think it's a TikTok thing.
psychiatry thing of like,
Yeah.
in order to start losing weight, you have to kind of understand why it is that you eat the way you do at certain times,
Yeah,
and like
therapy.
what habits have been formed and things like that. And like apparently the knowledge of knowing why makes you more aware when you're about to like snack in that, like I always fucking do. And to me, it's like, I don't need this app, Joe. All I need to know is that whenever me and my dad sit down at night to watch TV, we make popcorn.
Yep.
Or we have chips and salsa.
Gotta have a little chips and
we
salsa.
have to snack on something. And then it's like, that's where it stems from.
Yeah.
Anytime I go back home, I feel like if I'm just watching a TV show, I'm like, why am I not crunching on something? I need to be crunching on something right now.
Always be crunching.
For me,
ABC.
one of the things I'm trying desperately to stop doing, but it's just not working, is like I hit 10 o'clock and I get the anxiety for the next day. Go to bed. You know, sometimes you get excited about
The
things.
Sunday
you can't think-
scaries.
Well, like, you know, it's Sunday night and it's like Monday. What's the week going to be? Yada, yada, yada. And I start getting my head about it. I'm like, I want a release from that. And the release is sitting down and watch Superman the Animated Series
Ah.
and eating whatever thing I've got in my fridge. And it happens every single night. And every morning I wake up and I go, don't get on the scale. Why would you? You ate till midnight last night. And you know you did. And I get on and I just go,
Damn it.
but that's why I want that. Yeah, this sounds like, what is it called? Newman?
I think it's Noom or
Just
Noom.
yeah, N-O-O-M,
N-O-O-M.
I believe.
That sounds fun. All right.
Noom app.
We've done a lot here, guys. We're not going to let this drop.
I like
Because I do feel like Andy versus Ray, Paris versus James, potentially me versus Fran, and then, of
100%.
course-
call Fran.
Tim versus.
Oh, Fran.
I love you're scared.
I'm not
You're
like
scared for
fighting.
it to get real.
Fran.
Oh no, I don't want. I'm not afraid to fight Fran.
Fran's just not going to answer.
No, he's not going to answer.
He's asleep.
He's asleep,
Not-
bro.
but Joey's
It's
going to
4
call.
o'clock.
He'll wake up at 7 p.m. to get ready for his stream at 3 a.m.
Call him
You
Fran.
calling Fran? Call him.
Call him Fran.
Just calling Fran every
Fran. I'll
second.
call Elise and
Fran's
we'll.
gonna be like, did you?
Are you
leave your phone
threatening
in
her
an
with an
Uber
Elise
again?
call? Is that what that
Yeah, I was
was?
gonna say,
Elise and I are
versus a
never gonna
Muppet.
fight.
Elise versus the
Animal.
That'd be incredible. Let's see what happens.
Here we go.
Here we go. It starts. I don't want to fight Fran.
I want you to fight.
Hey, Fran, it's Joey. You're on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Warning. Yeah, full warning that this is gonna be broadcast. Question: do you know what Creator Clash is?
Yeah, of course.
Would you fight Nick in it?
I hate you.
I mean, of course, because it's Creator Clash and it's pretty awesome and it's for good things.
hmm
I don't know how I feel about that otherwise.
Fran, give me the phone. Give me the phone.
Scarpino, man.
Fran, it's Nick. They're trying to get us in the ring together, and they're trying to tear us apart. First off, second off, I still have your scarf. I just want you to know that it's still sitting. No, I don't wear it. I just smell it every once in a while and think about you.
Yeah.
Here's what happened. We started this by trying to get Tim to fight, and Tim fucking strategized his way out of this and somehow put the light on me and you.
He's
So
such
we're
a
not-
salesman.
He's such a sales guy. Because Tim was like, I don't know. We're trying to get Tim and Alfredo to fight each other for Creative Clash.
That would be brilliant.
And then we're gonna get Andy and Ray, and then if it trickles down to us, it's gonna have to be me and you, because these guys they're gonna wuss out,
I mean, including you, all those are other names I think that they would want.
100%.
Me, probably a little less so, but dude, of course it would be.
What do you
No.
What are you weighing in at right now? What do I got to cut down to?
I mean,
You don't have to
when
answer that
when's
if you
the
don't
next
want to.
Creator Clash. I'm hoping to be like at least like 155 or 150 by then, but we'll see.
Okay,
I weigh about 165.
Okay, I'm a solid 195 right now, so I'm gonna have to cut. I'm gonna have to cut a little bit for
You're
that.
looking good, dude.
You do look
Yeah.
fantastic. You do look fantastic. All right, Fran, we're gonna keep this in our back pocket for later. But thank you for
I mean,
answering.
if you want to fight anyway,
You want to just come to the office and scrap with me?
Nick's worst
That took a turn.
nightmare.
That took a turn.
Scarf and let's fight.
do it.
Here's my thing about people
Clear out
fighting
the
me.
parking lot, everyone. We're fucking doing this.
Here's the thing about people fighting me is that I feel like out of all the people in this office that someone would have like pent up aggression against, I would be number one.
Oh yeah.
Greg maybe number two, close number two. Actually, Kevin number two, 100% Kevin.
Wait, me?
No,
I
like,
have aggression?
I just mean in my life, I'm the number one person that people would be like, oh, we're gonna fight Nick, and then some real shit would come out. Like some hate in their heart shit, and I'd be like, okay, this guy's got some unresolved issues against me for sure. So just FYI, just keep
All right.
Yeah, watch your feelings is all I'm saying.
Just to clear the record, though, if it was boxing and maybe I trained for it, which I never have, and there were rules, like I'd be like, okay, I'd do this. If it was like you throwing me down on the mat, absolutely not.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a smart idea. That's a smart call for you. That would be.
That.
But yeah, it's smart to have a mat too, because Kevin sometimes goes, "Let's wrestle," and I'm like, "There's concrete. That's a bad idea. That's just concrete. One of us getting our heads busted up."
Thank you for thinking of me.
All right, Fran, I gotta get that scarf back to you. We'll coordinate.
All right, thanks everybody.
Bye.
I fucking love that, man. So much.
You see how Tim did it though?
Unabashed,
It's
yes.
it's so
smooth.
smooth.
You would do it though. That's the difference between me and you.
We started with saying, let's get Tim in shape. Let's get him jacked out because Tim's got the ideal body. He got a six pack.
Tim's got the ideal body. I know what you mean, but that's
Look
just the funniest.
I've seen
sentence
Cool
I've
Greg
ever
with the
seen.
shirt off. You have the same bloodline. You could look like Cool Greg.
We have Cool Greg then. He already did the thing.
But
Yeah, but Cool Greg's out there running the fucking Boston Marathon for Christ's sake. Like, the guy's like,
But Nick-
he's running up. He's doing what Mike purports to do every day. He's running up Everest.
But Nick, there's just no matchup as dazzling as you and Fran.
Dazzling.
He weighs
Mesmerizing.
40 pounds less than I do.
It's
Andy.
just hilarious.
The thing about it though that I love is that you guys are great friends. It's not
Yeah.
like there's bad blood in any way. You guys are evenly matched in an like I
And
don't
that's
know
the
that
thing,
there's
though,
a clear
that's the thing, is,
winner.
like, I don't know that I could punch Fran.
Oh,
I just don't know that I could.
I know for a fact that you know you could punch
all
Fran.
these,
just don't
all
think
these
I
people
could.
like don't think they can punch each other.
Like Alana and
yeah.
her like opponent are like actual real life friends, and we're like laughing during the match.
I know. I just think like Fran's gonna take it serious.
You
It's gonna hit
would
me the
too. I
wrong
feel like you
way,
could
and then
do
I'm gonna
it.
have to. Yeah. and
I
then
love.
the whole
I
thing.
do love Nick bringing up how everybody would kind of bring out the hate in their heart because it really reminds me of The Office when Michael Scott dates Pam's wife or
Tim's
Pam's mom, and then eventually he's like, "What do I got to do for you to forgive me?" She's like, "I want to hit you." He's like, "Okay, you want to hit me? All right." She's like, "No, I want to punch you." He's like, "Okay, I'll let you punch me then." And she's like, "Okay, good. We're gonna go meet in the parking lot, and I'm gonna punch the shit out of you." And he's like, "Okay, fine." He's just worried the whole day, and
And he tries to like change it to like she gets to punch his stomach or something.
Yeah,
she's like,
"No,
no,
I'm gonna hit
right
you in the face."
face.
And then he walks up to Jim like, "Jim, do you know how strong Pam is?" He's like, "It's gonna hurt a lot, Michael." He's like, "I'm so scared." and I feel like that's what happened with Nick. And Nick was like, "All right, let's box it." Everybody's like, "We're gonna just punch the fuck out of you."
Oh,
Like,
people would come at me.
if
super
Nick
hard.
gave me the chance to punch him,
yeah.
and if I knew like this really wouldn't, if I could like rewind it,
So,
So
it
you
would
do
not
it, You
affect
feel what it
personally.
feels like, but then rewind it. I don't
it'd be
remember it.
so much aggression.
Oh, you would take it out of me. Yeah, I know. This is what I know. This is why it's better that we don't get into physical altercations here. I understand that I ramp you guys up, but it's for the art, ladies and gentlemen. It's for the art. I do want to wrap this up, but before I do, there was a comment a while back in the live chat that somebody was saying, hey, there's a baby that's been born. Did you know this?
Not been born.
Coming out soon.
Yeah.
Coming soon to theaters.
Yes.
No name for the baby yet.
Yes. We did this last week on the podcast, but now they want your input.
They want me to name the baby.
Yeah.
And I think that's congratulations, first off. This is the Hagglers. I will say there's only one name that is ever suitable for a child.
Mm-hmm.
It is a great name. It's for whatever gender your child is.
Mm-hmm.
It's Nick.
I was waiting to see it go anywhere but that. But
Nick.
no,
But we
it had
knew.
to. It had to. We
Ladies
can't
and
end
gentlemen.
though. We can't. We didn't
Oh,
talk about Greg Miller.
Oh, who's Greg's gonna fight?
Yeah.
Oh God, I know. Well, this is the real thing.
Yeah.
Like Greg's the big
Greg's
celebrity.
the creator that would clash and representing kind of funny.
So like, what if we got Greg? Okay, well, first off, I don't want Greg fighting. Like, this is no disrespect, but I do not want Greg fighting a real athlete.
No.
Like, I don't want him fighting. I don't want him doing what Harley did and fighting a WWE guy who like trains every fucking day. Because
I'd like to see him fight Harley.
Ooh.
I mean, it would be the shit that they would talk. Harley would get us in trouble. Harley would go too far. Harley would say things.
Are you sure? I think Greg would go too
Well,
far.
Greg would get us in trouble. Yeah, let's not.
I
do
mean,
this.
we
But
stream.
Harley would go too
Greg
far, so
went
then
too
Greg
far
would
on
go
a
too
Fast
far.
and Furious.
We stream with Hang
Greg
Time,
has
and I'm
made
just like,
4 references to the Oklahoma City bombing in the last 2 weeks.
All right.
4.
Maybe we shouldn't have Greg be our representative. But my pitch for Greg was Greg versus Linus Tech Tips. Who does
Ooh.
PC stuff. PC gaming versus Greg Miller. And
Yeah.
the thing is, the weight class, the height, I don't know how tall Linus is. Doesn't seem as tall as Greg. But between all of this, I still think Linus might win. Linus is
Let me
he's
see this
fast,
kid. Let me
he's
see this
super
kid.
fit.
What's this kid look like?
Yeah, Barrett, can you pull up Linus Tech Tips so people can get a visual on this?
I feel like he's too slim.
Cool,
You know?
Yeah.
What's up, Joe?
Can you do me a favor and I plugged this in. Can you turn that on?
No.
It's not charging.
Somebody in
Thanks,
the
buddy.
chat earlier said Greg versus Dan Reichert.
No, they're not in the same weight class. That won't be. Greg will
But
make
that
it.
is
like
like a
that, though.
lot of.
Oh, but
Long-term
Greg
beat.
versus Gersman or something like that. Like someone that's like his size would be good.
Yeah, I feel like Greg would fuck Gersman up.
Probably. Greg has athleticism.
just Greg. Yeah, I feel like he's just.
Thank you.
Greg's scary in a way.
Greg, so I'll tell
You
the
put
story.
a Coke in him?
Yeah, that's the thing, man.
I mean, we get into the ring, Greg's like this,
I'd
and someone
take
snaps
Greg-
a Coke and just pours it into his
I'd
mouth.
take Greg without any training with just a Coke in him.
Yeah.
One Coke and one
Coke and then a
Busan, and
beer.
that's it.
They're like his opponent's drinking water. Greg's going back and forth between Coronas and Coca-Colas.
This is Linus,
I mean,
who does have a black belt.
in what?
Oh.
I don't know, but I've seen him without his shirt, and it's a lot more impressive than I would have
Hold
How
on, Linus,
tall
stop
is
thought
it.
at
he?
first blush.
But he's got like the Tom Holland body where it's like
Taekwondo.
you do
Okay.
2
Yeah.
sit-ups and you have a six
I
pack.
don't like
If
that
he's
there's
a black
so many
belt in
options
Taekwondo,
for this. Like, honestly.
Yeah,
if he's a black belt in
I don't think
Taekwondo,
Hassan
I
wants to
really
do it.
don't want Greg fighting him. This guy knows how to throw a punch. We're not doing that.
Hassan versus Greg.
PC gaming, man.
Greg's getting his
Hassan.
ass beat.
How big is Hassan Piker?
He's 6'3".
That's fucking.
Is he like jacked?
He's a big dude.
He looks, or he has
Oh,
been
he's pretty-
jacked in like various points
Yeah.
of life.
He's just a big dude.
I mean,
He's
here's
got-
the problem. Here's the
His
problem.
torso and his shoulders are as wide as my fucking Honda Civic. Like that's
Yeah,
why his
he's
head looks
fucking-
so tiny.
Yeah, he's a pretty big dude.
I feel like Bless, like legitimately out of all of us, like Bless has a chance at winning. I just don't have an
agree.
opponent for him that excites me.
Yeah, Hassan, that's a big dude. That guy's gonna murder Greg. Especially
Whenever
because
he
you have to
posts-
imagine Greg's not training for this.
Whenever he posts photos of
Greg's
him and all
stepping
his
into the ring
friends
6
playing
months from now.
basketball,
Yeah.
like
God, they're so hot.
he's just always so much larger than all the other dudes playing basketball. And all the other dudes playing basketball, there's a lot of them that are like 6'1", 6'2", and he just still looks so much more massive than them.
See, I'm gonna throw you guys for a curveball here because I feel like we could get we're all going like creator.
Gia versus Selma Hayek.
Yeah, that
We were saying
Oh no, Gia versus Rosanna Pizzino. What's her name?
Paula versus Anne
Wait,
Hathaway.
that's what we were
Baker
saying.
person?
Yeah,
Why?
because they're like evenly matched, like
Panzino?
height wise.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
I thought you were saying there was beef. I was like,
Oh
oh, no.
no.
We brought up
But I feel
Paula
like they could
versus
do it.
Anne Hathaway at that
Which is
day,
great.
and Paula was like, "I'd whoop her ass."
Yeah. Oh, God, she beat Anne Hathaway's ass.
Paula has fucking hate in her heart for Anne Hathaway, and I
I'm
understand it.
surprised. Well, I'm not surprised, but Justine feels like she could be like primed for this.
Yeah.
What?
Blessing versus Michael Sarah. Yes.
See, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna go into the realm of like more mainstream creators, like more mainstream
Oh my
celebrities.
God.
I want Greg to fight Burt Kreischer.
Oh, Greg's
my
getting
God.
fucked up.
Yeah, Greg's gonna die.
But Burt
I feel like Bert has the Greg in him.
Yeah,
You know?
no,
Burt
I
has the Greg in
agree.
him. They're very similar people, and they follow each other. I think on Twitter, or at least they've interacted. So like, I think that could be cool. And Burt would take it deadly serious.
Oh yeah.
Burt would train for this.
Yeah.
That could be cool.
Guys, I can't get over Michael Sarah and Bless. Like that is just I feel like that is such a good
It would just
matchup.
be a hey man off.
Hey,
you know?
man.
Hey man.
Oh my God, dude.
I'm gonna
Hey,
tweet it,
man,
Blessing. Just
Do it.
Sarah's 5'9". I mean, Sarah's got some reach on him, but is Blessing still here?
No. I
He
mean,
does. He's lengthy.
Isn't Blessing 5'9"?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
According to the
Depending
official
on the
Wikipedia.
shoes, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're all 5'9", depending on our shoes.
That's why I
situation.
started wearing boots. We got a lot done today.
We did.
We
get
need
a
to.
lot
We
done.
legit. Okay, let's talk. We're talking a lot of shit. Nick versus Fran, never gonna happen. Tim versus someone might happen. We need to make.
I would do Alfredo.
You would fight Alfredo?
I would lose, but I would do it.
Coochie just said no.
Alfredo would fuck me up.
No.
But
Do you
like,
think you could fuck up Alfredo?
Is Alfredo still like Alfredo?
I mean,
Yeah, he's got
no
like.
matter how Alfredo is, I'm still Tim.
But Coolgie's Coolgie, and they're very like Coolgie's taller.
Coolgy
has a
versus
bigger-
Alfredo.
Yeah,
You as my champion.
that would be incredible.
Damn.
I think you
Told
could fuck
doesn't
him
want
up.
that smoke.
I'll train you, bro. I'll get you in a gym.
I
All right, we got to
love
make this
that.
happen for real because I want to just go to the Creator Clash next year. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch someone we know like fight in this thing, and I think it could be really, really fun.
Yeah, I don't want to be in Creator Clash. I would like to be part of the crew that like walks behind them as they walk down the
Entourage. You just want part of the entry.
I'm
Yeah,
walking out with a
exactly.
fucking electric guitar wireless.
Of course you are.
And I'm shredding, dude.
What are you playing?
other option, Andy, you walk out with
That'd be
this
smart.
wireless and just fucking try your best.
But I would say Nick comes out with this, and Nick is walking out going.
I want it so bad. This is so fun to think about.
It
But
really is.
ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to be it for us on this podcast. If you're watching live with us, name your baby Nick. It's as simple as that. I love you very, very much. Thank you guys for all of your support. Make sure you leave a comment on this video if you're watching it over on the YouTubes. And let us know who you want to see Tim Geddes fight, because we're going to make this happen. Like always, we'll be back next week. And keep your head on a swivel, everyone, because Andy might be fighting someone from Texas. Until next week, I love you, Brett. The music's throwing me off a little bit, but it's a good beat, so I don't want to stop it. It's great. All right, bye, guys. Love you.